Most people overpay for AV receivers thinking they need more bells and whistles than they'll ever use when in reality, what you actually want is a solid, reliable, future-proof receiver that just works the way it should. The Yamaha RX A6A AVENTAGE is one of those rare models that gives you pro-level features without the pro-level complexity or cost of higher-end units. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've been running it in my main system for about 2 months now, and honestly, it's become the backbone of my whole entertainment setup. Movie nights, music, even late-night gaming sessions all handled without a single hiccup. This is a 9.2 channel receiver, but it can process up to 11.2, so if you ever decide to expand your setup down the line, maybe add height speakers or a second sub, it's ready for that. It's built under Yamaha's AVENTAGE line, which basically means it's built tougher, with things like a rigid chassis, anti-vibration feet, and better internal shielding to prevent noise interference. That attention to build quality really shows when you're deep into a movie and every whisper or footstep feels intentional, not muddied. The HDMI setup is where this thing really steps up. 7 inputs and 3 outputs, all supporting 8K at 60 Hz and 4K at 120 Hz, so whether you're using a PS5, Xbox Series X, or just stacking multiple 4K sources, everything's covered. And yes, all the modern formats are here: Dolby Vision, HDR10+, HLG, BT.2020, so your picture stays clean, bright, and consistent no matter what you're watching. The eARC support means you can send audio back to the receiver super cleanly, which matters if you're using a high-end soundbar or want lossless audio from your. Sound-wise, this receiver doesn't play around. I've got a 7.2.4 Atmos setup, and the RX A6A drives it with authority. Dialogue is crisp, effects track smoothly across the room, and bass is tight and deep, especially when paired with a decent sub. The internal amplification is rated at 100 watts per channel, which sounds average on paper, but Yamaha's efficient design and low impedance drive mean it pushes more air than some higher wattage competitors. It stays cool, even after hours of use, thanks to that heavy-duty heat sink and smart fan system. The room calibration uses Yamaha's YPAO system, which includes refraction detection and subwoofer optimization. I ran it twice, once with just my main speakers and again after adding my surrounds and subs, and both times it made meaningful adjustments. My room has a big window on one side and a fireplace on the other, so acoustics are tricky, but YPAO balanced everything out so rear channels aren't boomy and fronts don't feel harsh. For music lovers, it handles high-res audio files beautifully. I tested FLAC files through my NAS via MusicCast, and the detail in vocals and instrument separation was impressive. Even streaming Spotify over Bluetooth sounds fuller than it should. Yamaha tunes their DACs well, and it shows. This receiver fits someone who wants a long-term hub for their home theater, not a short-term fix. If you're setting up a new system or upgrading from something older, the RX A6A gives you room to grow, whether that's adding more speakers or just future-proofing for next-gen video formats. It's also great if you value clean integration. You're not just doing movies, but want to stream music, use multi-room audio, or switch between gaming and TV without a mess of remotes. It's not the absolute top-of-the-line Yamaha model, but it hits that sweet spot where you get 95% of the performance without the 30 to 40% price bump. And if you're using multiple zones like a backyard or another room, the ability to run zone 2, 3, and even 4 is a real bonus. I've used it to send audio to outdoor speakers during a barbecue while keeping the main zone on a ballgame. Super convenient. Look, there are flashier receivers out there with touch screens or even higher channel counts, but the Yamaha RX A6A earns its place by being smart, durable, and genuinely easy to use. The setup took me about 30 minutes with YPAO, and it's been flawless ever since. The only real downside? It doesn't support IMAX Enhanced certification, which a few competing models do, but unless you're an IMAX content junkie, it's not going to impact your daily use. Also, the interface is classic Yamaha functional, but not the most modern looking. That said, most people end up using the app anyway, which works well. If you're building a serious home theater that you plan to keep for years, not replace, this is one of the most balanced, capable receivers available right now. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon.